To access free topic sheets, worksheets, or to book an online class, visit ilearneasy.co.uk. In this video, we will learn how to use an apostrophe to form contractions. An apostrophe can be used to form contractions. A contraction is a shortened version of a word. Contractions are commonly used in spoken and written English. We put an apostrophe to show where the letters are missing. For example, it is becomes its. The apostrophe is put in place of the missing letter I. I will becomes I'll. The apostrophe is put in the place of the missing letters W and I. I am becomes I'm. The apostrophe is put in the place of the missing letter A. There are formal and informal contractions. Formal contractions are used in both written and spoken English. Informal contractions are used in spoken English in informal settings. For example, when you're talking to friends or family. Native English speakers often use informal contractions in everyday conversations. Let's go through some examples. I am hungry. Here I can combine the word I and am to I'm. I'm hungry. As you can see, I have combined the two words and an apostrophe is placed where the missing letter A was. Another example is, she is funny. Here I can combine she and is. She's funny. He is not a doctor. I can combine he and is. He's not a doctor. Now I will go through the common contractions in English. Are not, aren't. Cannot, can't. Could not, couldn't. Did not, didn't. Do not, don't. Does not, doesn't. Had not, hadn't. Has not, hasn't. Have not, haven't. He had or would, he'd. He is or he has, he's. He will, he'll. How would, how'd. I am, I'm. I had, I'd. I have, I've. I will, I'll. I would, I'd. It is, it's. Is not, isn't. It had or it would, it'd. Let us, let's. Might have, might have. Might not, mightn't. Must not, mustn't. Need not, needn't. Shall not, shan't. She had or she would, she'd. She is or she has, she's. She will, she'll. Should not, shouldn't. That is or that has, that's. There is, there has, there's. There would, there'd. They are, there. They had or they would, they'd. They have, they've. They will, they'll. Was not, wasn't. We are, where. We had or we would, we'd. We have, we've. Were not, weren't. What are, what are. What have, what have. What is or what has, what's. What will, what'll. When is, when's. Where is or where has, where's. Who are, who're. Who had or who would, who'd. Who have, who've. Who is, who has, whose. Who will, who'll. Will not, won't. Would not, wouldn't. You are, you're. You had or you would, you'd. You have, you've. You will, you'll. Now, test your knowledge by forming the correct contractions in each sentence. You can pause the video here so you can have time to think about your answers. Okay, now let's go through the answers. I am going to the supermarket tomorrow. Here, I can form the contraction from I and am. I'm going to the supermarket tomorrow. What is the problem? I can form the contraction from what and is. What's the problem? You are very smart. I can form a contraction from you and are. You're very smart. I think they are going to the park next week. Here, the contraction is formed from they and are. I think they're going to the park next week. He will achieve good grades because he is intelligent. Here there are two contractions. He will becomes he'll and he is becomes he's. He'll achieve good grades because he's intelligent. We are not watching a movie tonight. Here the contraction can be formed from we and are. We're not watching a movie tonight. Or we can say we aren't watching a movie tonight. When is the meeting? When's the meeting? That is a huge house. That is becomes that's. Where is the key? The contraction is formed from where and is. Where's the key? Lastly, I could not return my item because I did not have the receipt. Here we have two contractions. Could not becomes couldn't, and did not becomes didn't. I couldn't return my item because I didn't have the receipt.